Hello everyone, it's Laura here. Hold on, let me get going. Laura episode, guys. Okay, here it is. Okay, live chat is on. Hi Christina, thanks for coming. All right. So, hello Beth Ann. I'll let some people come in before I get going. So I figured I would show you guys. I've been doing a bunch of whips lately. Hi Shannon. From the Thomas Kincaid book that I'm also working in, and I'm sorry by the way for the state of my nails. I haven't had a chance to do anything to them, but tomorrow I'll fix them up by tomorrow. Yeah, I just wanted to show you guys this page, my progress on it. Hi, Jay. Who else is here? Who did I miss? I think not everybody. Hi, Amanda. Who else do we have? I think that's it. It's everybody in the chat. So yeah, I was so inspired when I was watching Mary last night. So I worked on the little castle up here, and I added a lot more little lights in the background. And I was just working on some of like the bridge and things like that. So more background work, but I just thought I'd show you guys in the daylight because the colors when I was streaming were really off. So this than it did in my stream. And then another thing that I'm working on is this page here from Imagimorphia by Kirby Roseanne's. And this is for color with Sammy. So I started it, and this is just watercolor, just a quick watercolor wash just to get me going. So I have some cool ideas for the background and maybe some additions, but I haven't quite decided what I want to do there yet, so I just sort of just splashed some paint last night. So those are my whips. Don't worry, I don't think there's any deadline, Shannon, so don't worry about that. Hi, Jo Beth. Alright, so those I can put away. Oh, and also, so later on today, I'm going to be taking this down to the post office for CB, but I just wanted to show you guys. So I did use the colors you guys voted on. I don't know if the sparkles are showing up. You can also see a sparkle video on my Instagram account, but I did add a whole lot of stickles, especially to the starry areas and the stickles on the little birdie and the flower, and I used like the purple ones on her. Guys, that was really useful. I really had fun putting glitter on that. Who doesn't? So CB is going to get that in the mail. So I'll be sending that out later. I just wanted to show you guys. Hi, Zeely. And who else did I miss? Hi, Kimmy. Hello. Hi, Nick and Tina. People, or if I'm slow, I feel like there's a delay, so I'm really sorry about that. But so today, gosh guys, so when I did my crayon video, what was it, last week or something, a whole bunch of people, can you do more, can you do more? I mean, I had the most requests to do another crayon video out of any request I've ever had in my time ever. So I was like, well, I have to do that again then, because wow, the response was really big. So I'm really flattered that you guys liked it. So I have my Crayolas here, just the same set that we used before, the 120 pack. But I thought I would expand it. I've had, so let me just move some things here. So I've had these Neocolor 2s, which I consider to be crayons. I mean, they look like crayons anyway. Oh, the tin open? Sorry, hold on. Okay, so I mean, they look like crayons to me. Now, I tested them out, and I did a swatch I did a little swatch sheet, but I haven't used them that much for them to look like crayons. So they can be crayons. And this is the 12 set, or I'm sorry, the 15 set. So I'm gonna use this in the background. It's like my tint isn't, oh, there we go. Okay, so I'm just gonna leave that open. And then also I got these, I'll move this out of the way. You guys have seen my Crayolas. Hi, Nick and Tina. Hi, Rochelle. Hi, Ashley. Ooh, excuse me. Gosh, I'm just throwing things today. Okay. So I have, I've had these Sakura Koopy Fool You, though it says pencil, but Koopy Fool You, though it says pencil, but they are definitely wax crayons. Now, these are a lot nicer than Crayolas. I did use these once. You can kind of see I used a couple of colors on a coloring page in Whimsical Wonder. I really haven't used these that much either, and they smell sort of like Crayolas. They have that waxy smell. A crayon. They look like this. There's no coloring on them. And it's weird because they have like a weird but they're made out of wax. They definitely feel waxy, but they have more pigment in them than the Crayolas. So I just thought I would bring out all of my crayons this time. I'm going to use, for the majority of the page, I'm going to use, so I'm going to do that at the end though. So my plan is I picked out a page. I just got this new book, Spirit Animals. It finally came in the mail. Hi, Abby. Let's see, who else did I miss? Hello, hello, hello. If I missed anybody, I'm so sorry. I noticed a couple of times I missed Joey. I don't mean to. I'm sorry, Joey, if you're here. Anyway, so I picked out this page. I love circle portraits, obviously. And I don't know, this page just called to me and said, color me. So here we are. Hi, Ashley. Hi, Sue. Thank you all for coming. So I thought I would do this page here in Crayola crayon to watercolor crayons. And so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the Crayolas and do her skin tone entirely in Crayolas, sort of like I did last time. So I'm going to move, I have like water and brushes and stuff. I'm going to move that out of the way for now. I just did that for the thumbnail. Good at keeping up with the chat. It's something I'm working really hard though on. Hi, Philip. But so if I miss anybody, it's not personal. It's just I have since my last video, I have since sorted them into color families. This is how I like to do it. I don't like them to. I don't have to hunt for them basically. So like mostly from this little packet, but I also have some of them in this as well. So you can see, and I'll call out the color names as I go, just like I always do. Let's see here, where should I put this in? Should have set this up a little bit better, but bear with me, guys. Hold on. Just rearranging some things. Okay, now I like how I have these clear acrylic things that I actually got from a bunch of, I don't know what they were used for before, but I just love them for holding my stuff in. It was before they were trash, but they were basically trash picked. So I love rescuing things from. I'm just going to get right on into it. I haven't really planned anything other than the fact that I'm using crayons, but let's work first on the skin tone, just to kind of get us going. Oh, I'm sorry, Abby. I'm not buffering, so it might just be YouTube. I don't know. Might want to try refreshing. Sometimes that helps me, but yeah, it looks like my oh, you guys are all buffering. Hi, Vicky. Ugh. Hopefully that resolves it. Now I'm just using my data plan on my phone. Maybe that will help it. But it's weird because I'm showing okay on my screen. Oh, okay, Ashley. That's not great, but I guess good to know it's not just me. Yeah, you guys, you don't have to watch live if it's giving you trouble. I'm not offended. I really appreciate you trying to be here though. Um, hmm. But I'm gonna get started, just for the sake of time. So this is, I'm just taking a quick lunch break, so I don't know exactly how long I will have today, but I'm gonna try and do this as long as I can. Oh, good. Thanks, Vicky. Thanks for sorting that out for us. So I'm just gonna get started. I haven't swatched my Crayolas yet, so I'm going to be kind of doing my usual scribbles. I'm gonna try for a very pale skin tone here, and I think I'm gonna go for like light colored hair, like almost either white or maybe blue. I'm not sure. I kind of, but this is like this, I think this is a swan. So I kind of want her to feel like a swan. So I'm gonna do really, really pale, like porcelain skin, and I think white hair. I think that would be cool. I might have to use gouache or gel pen, or let me think about this here actually for a second for the hair. To get rid of those lines, I can't use, I'll use the Neocolors here and then I can use white gouache over it. That's what I'll do. Okay, sorry. Thinking. I think this will be good to start with. Okay, Abby, I hope you have fun tidying up. All right, good, Ashley. Maybe doing it on my Wi-Fi, not on my Wi-Fi, is a better idea today. Hi, Shelly. Oh, that's okay, Shelly. And hello. I'm not sure if it's a duck or a swan. I kind of read it as a swan because the neck looks long, but I could be wrong. But that's what I'm interpreting it as, so no interpretation in a coloring book is wrong. So I'm going to start out first by just defining some shadow areas. So yeah, this is a paler color than I'm used to using, but that should work out pretty well. So I'm going to go, and I'm going to light her from this direction. And let me zoom in as well. Okay, no problem, guys. Lurk away. I do not mind at all. Let me zoom in until we have just the face. That's good. All right, that should work. So right now I'm just putting a light layer of crayon down. I'm not pressing hard, just establishing the shadows as I usually do. Just trying to get a sense for where they'll all go. And then I can layer and darken them up later. So this is, I'm sorry, this is Tumbleweed. It's the Crayola crayon, just the normal. Oop, I got something on me. That's fun. Okay. So yeah, it's just the regular Crayola crayon Tumbleweed. I know, Sue. I had to work a bunch today. It was not fun because all I wanted to do was color. But you know, we gotta pay our bills too and be adults. You know. So it is what it is. So I'm just going along the face, and I'm putting all the shadows where I think they'll go. Since it's being lit, I want it to be lit like pretty much directly this way, maybe a little backlighting. I'm mostly gonna do her profile. Like it's mostly gonna be in shadow, just the highlights on the areas of her face that would get light. So like right here in the corner of her eye. And then I'm gonna take this all the way down, this bit of shadow, all the way down to her nostril. just under the nose, like that. And we're gonna lightly shade that area there. What I love about crayon is it is so quick. What would take me like hours to do in pencil, it's like bam, it's done in crayon. So that's really cool. And I did a portrait last time with crayon that was less realistic. This one is going to be more realistic. I think it can be done, so I'm going to give it a shot. I wasn't sure about it before, but now I'm going to challenge myself and see how far we can take this crayon experiment. And it's kind of scary because I've never done it before. But you know what? I kind of like showing you guys things I've never done before because it just shows you, like, just jump in and try it. Sometimes I get scared of new materials and I don't use them for a long time, even though I have them. And I get it. Like, it's really easy to get caught up in that kind of like fear of messing up. But if you never try and you never mess up, then you'll never learn or progress. And that's something I try and remind myself all the time. So even when you do mess up, it's all part of the process, and you can't be hard on yourself. It's just kind of scary to mess up live on camera because, you know, people expect a certain level of quality, and I don't know if I can achieve that if I've never done it. So, but we'll see. We'll see what we can do. So I'm just going to apologize ahead of time if this does not turn out great. And you can see I'm not being super careful because the crayon just blends into itself so easy. Oh, sorry, I'm missing chat. Let's see. Let's see. Hi, Diane. Yeah, why not use crayons? I tell you, every time I open this box of Crayolas, I feel like a little kid, like so fun. I don't know why, but it just like, the smell just like brings me right back to when I was a kid, sitting at home with printer paper and crayons and just making up little worlds. So much fun. And it's funny how, like, you know, we all get caught up with obsessing over our supplies or wanting the next latest best thing, or but it's not, like I said in my Instagram, it's not the supplies that make the art, it's the artist. So, you know, I think going forward I'm going to start using a whole bunch of more materials, show you guys all sorts of different media because I love mixed media. And just sort of explore more things beyond just pencils. And it's not like I won't be doing pencils at all, but now I'm just trying to figure out exactly where all of her bones go, her collarbone and the clavicle, and so I'm just sort of sketching in some. Oh, I'm off camera. I'm so sorry. Ugh. So I'm just sort of sketching lightly in, let's see, I'm trying to catch up with chat too, but I am not doing well. Hi, May. Who else did I miss? Hi, Gianluca. Hi, Christy. Oh, not paying attention. Hello, hello. I think I got everybody. I'm so sorry though, guys. I'm so bad at this. Hopefully I'll improve over time. Okay, so that looks like where I put that, and so this needs to come down a little more. Her collarbone. you don't have to do all this extra shading. I am just going to try and make it look as realistic as I can. But if you're not comfortable sketching in like this, you can just fill it in with the blank, like with the color, you know. She didn't really give a whole lot of information there in the drawing, but it's totally okay. However you want to interpret it. Like I said, I'm just going to try and go for a more realistic look, but if I can't achieve it, I can't achieve it. We'll see what the crayons will let me do. But I have a feeling it's just pigment and wax, so I have a feeling we can do a pretty good job here. Okay, so now that I have the general areas where I want the shadows, let me just refine her cheek. Oh, wait, am I in camera? This is the problem with zooming in, guys. Okay. But I know it's easier to see, so let's try it. Let's do... like that, maybe. I think that looks okay. Maybe a little shadow there. And I just kind of play with it till it looks right. Give her a little more cheekbone. Okay, so now that I've established where I want the shadows to go, I'm going to do something a little weird and different here. That there, the tumbleweed was a nice neutral skin tone, but now I kind of want to take her to the blue side a little bit, and kind of like bring in the elements of a swan, the kind of like blue gray kind of color that you get in the shadows. So let's try Wild Blue Yonder. I love the name. It's like a gray blue. It's not a real vivid blue, but the swatch I just scribbled looks like this. So I think that's the color I'm going to do. Hello, Vicky. Hi, Cece. Who else we have here? Thank you all so much for coming. So let's see here. Let's put in some darker shadows with this more blue color. So I'm using this dot that Hannah gave us to start out the shadow here. And this could go horribly wrong. We'll see. We'll see what happens. So if you're following along, maybe best to wait till you see it at the end before you go ahead and dive in yourself. I don't know what I'm doing. just playing around and having fun. But you know, I think that's the most important part about coloring for me, is just playing around and having fun. So yeah, I think this will be, no matter what happens, we're gonna have a great time. We're gonna have some fun. And so, how did everybody like the Disney Colorathon? Oh my gosh, guys, that was so much fun to watch. And I only had one time slot, but I really enjoyed doing it. So I'm already scheduled for the next Colorathon, which is going to be the Victorian Colorathon in September. So you guys will see, I've scheduled it on my channel. And thank you to Vicky for hosting these and setting them up for us. That's really great. So let's put a little bit of this blue just right around here. Let's see. Hi, Emily. Emily, I just sent out your book recently, earlier today. Thank you so much. Are you going to do it too, Emily? Who here is doing the Victorian Colorathon? I know Nick and Tina are, because I just chatted with them this morning, or this afternoon, I don't know what time it was. I lose all sense of time these days, guys, especially when I don't sleep enough. Okay. I am at the risk of making her look like dead, so I have to be careful with this color. She might look too blue. Might go in with some more pinks actually to warm her back up. But I do want to have this color in there a little bit. Let's see. Well, JoBeth, if you have trouble figuring out live streaming, just let me know. You can chat me later and I'll help you out. Let's see, I missed some other things, I think. Cinca, if you want to join the colorathon, you have to contact Coloring with Vicky. She's on Instagram, or you can email her. Oh, awesome, Emily. That's what I'm working in right now. You're welcome, Joba. Yeah, there are. There's a bunch of Victorian-looking pictures in here. Mm-hmm. So guys, I had the best day yesterday. Oh my gosh. So every year Mark and I, we like to go on like road trips together. So this year we just went on a quick day trip to New Jersey, to this little place in Seaside Heights. It's like this little beachy town. So so yesterday was really fun because we love miniature golfing. Both of us, we're kind of a little competitive, but we're very good sports about it, whoever wins. But ever since we started playing mini golf, it's always just been like he wins, then I win, then he wins, then I win. Like it's a very evenly matched game. So yesterday was really fun because there's this one mini golf. Hold on, let's see if I can find the scorecard. Yeah, here it is. There's this one mini golf place that we went to. If you like mini golf and you're near New Jersey, you have to check this out. It's worth traveling. It's called Smuggler's Quay Adventure Golf. And so we did like 36 holes. And of course he beat me last time because I was really tired, and also, you know, he's a really good guy. He got, look, he got 1, 2, 3 holes in one this time. But we're pretty close to par most of the time. We do pretty well. But yeah, so this golf course, if you go to mini golf and you're in the New Jersey or tri-state area, you've got to check this place out because, guys, it's got like a real airplane like on the golf course. It's got like 3 or 4 boats, and the whole theme is like a pirate theme. And they actually have like real like information about real pirates that were in New Jersey, like in little placards sitting all around the golf course. So like while you're waiting for your turn, if somebody's ahead of you, you can like read these little plaques with like the information on New Jersey Pirates, basically. So it's just like a really fun little day that we had, and we walked around the boardwalk, and we, like, you know, people watched and just had a really, really fun time. So I'm so happy that we went, though, because it was funny. There was a whole bunch of people playing on the one course, so we did that one first, and we did okay. But then the second course, it was like nobody was there. I don't know why, because it's actually our favorite course. Oop, I forgot her ear. Let me go back. I'm using Tumbleweed again. So anyway, I forgot what I was. So on the second course, we were all by ourselves, and we were having so much fun that we were like taking pictures and like doing selfies and being really goofy. And we missed 2 holes. We missed 2 whole holes. Like, I don't know how we did it, but like we totally skipped them. And so when we got to the end and it was the 17th hole, there was nobody behind us. But we realized through the scorecard that we had missed 2 holes. Like I don't know how, you know, you go through the course and it like tells you where to go. But we got so caught up, I guess, in goofing off that we totally missed them. So at the end, we just did the 17th hole 3 times. Just so that we'd have enough to score. So it was so much fun. Oh my gosh. We were so goofy though. Like we were like taking selfies. Now I'm back to, oh no, this is the wrong color. Good thing I checked. Now I'm back to the wild blue yonder. So yeah. But yeah, if you're in the area, I highly recommend that place. We're gonna go back again. But yeah, I would recommend you go. They're open all year round, so I would recommend you go like in the off season and not when it's really crowded, so that way you can enjoy it more. But yeah, it's a beautiful course. It's got like some really challenging holes and some easy holes, so you're not like grumbling the whole time. And some of the holes were like so difficult that we scored really poorly, and we're usually pretty much on par. So we're definitely going to go back, and we've been there a couple times before, but not in a long time. So we're going to go back and play that again soon. So yeah, that was my weekend. Besides the Disney Colorathon, that's what we did. So, oh yeah, May, I cannot wait to see you guys stream together. That's gonna be amazing. Yeah, I hope I can catch that live. I can't wait to see. That's a good question, Abby. Okay, so now I've got more of my darks established. I kind of want to fix up this ear with more darks, though. I'm trying to figure out which one I want to use. Okay, here we go. For the darker darks, I'm going to use Sepia. Again, this is just my Crayola. Ooh, we've got some smudging going on there. Yeah, that's awesome. I can't wait to see that. And I think she said that, I don't know if we're going to do one of those, but we'll see. So this ear doesn't have a whole lot of detail in it, so I'm just going to add some detail for the inner ear, just to kind of give it more realistic look. Let's see, I think it goes, I'll just do like this. And I'm going to use the same color now in the darkest shadows, the areas where I know they will be dark, because there's cast shadows, and even on very light pale skin, like we're doing, there's still going to be darks. Every skin tone has darks and lights. So, especially under this headdress thingy majiggy. And behind the hair will cast some shadows. And yeah, shout out to May. She did a Crayola video on YouTube as well. So if you haven't seen that, go check it out. And if you're planning on doing a Crayola crayon challenge, or you know, if you want to join in with that, I also have a hashtag on Instagram now. I've set up. It's the Crayola Crayons Challenge. And anytime you use Crayola crayons in your pages, you're free to join in on that hashtag. And what I'm doing is I'm featuring people in my stories. If you don't use Crayola crayons, you know, you can still definitely, you know, join in. But yeah, for people who are specifically using the Crayolas, I just wanted to do that. Okay, so then these strands of hair. Let's see what the chat's saying here. Orange. Okay, Sue, thanks for coming by. Hi, Helen. How you doing? Uh-huh. Okay, so we're gonna do some more hair cast shadows onto her skin with this color. And let's actually bring, with a light touch, I'm just bringing this color down a little bit into the skin of the neck. So I'll definitely do the skin. I think I'll be able to finish the skin on screen, but we'll see how far we can get today with these. I'm just going to go until I get interrupted by a client. So if nobody calls me or emails me, then we'll actually get to finish this. We'll see. And then I'll just finish up my work later. So this might be a long lunch with Laura. You never know. Okay, I'm going to go... I'm going to try not to hide the line art too much, just because I don't know how gouache will interact with the crayons, but we may have to get rid of a couple of the lines. We'll see how that works out. It's gonna be a total experiment, guys, but we'll figure it out. Let's see. Yeah, Helen, this is from Spirit Animals by Hannah Carlson. It's lovely. So I just got this book in the mail. Finally came after what feels like months of pre-order. I'm using that super technical finger scrape technique there. Yeah, it was on pre-order on Amazon for what felt like months, but I don't know exactly how long it actually was. But I just patiently waited for it. I know how long a book takes to create, so it's not easy, guys. We gotta be patient with our amazing illustrators who create these things for us. Let's see. Oh, May, you should go get something to eat. Uh-huh. Yeah, me too, Rochelle. Yep, and I think I'm going to be doing a buddy color with one of the pages with a friend of mine, but we'll see. We'll see when that happens. I don't know. But I just wanted to christen the book. I hate it when my books don't go used. And I have a couple of books that I'm needing to work into. So I'm going to try and get all of my unused books colored in by the end of the year. I'm going to try not to buy any new books until I color at least one page from all the ones I have. So I thought I'd start with this one. Let's put a little bit more brown in here. I kind of want to cancel out some of that blue I put. And let's kind of add a little more shading for volume. Let's see. Yeah, Rochelle, I feel like as long as since my pages take me hours and hours and hours and all that, and I spend a good amount of time with a book if I've done one page, I feel like I've made it worth the price of the book when I at least do one page in the book. And then beyond that, I don't really put any restrictions on myself. I figure I should just color what I really want to, and not stress about like using up a book. Like I don't really have any major goals to finish a book or anything like that. I just sort of, what I do is I just look through my books, and that's what I was doing last night. I wanted to do a live stream today if I could. So I was just flipping through my books and looking at them all, and especially the ones that are uncolored, and just sort of like trying to pick a page. And this page called to me and said, "You need to put color on me." So that's what I did. That's what I'm doing. So, because for me, coloring is about just having fun and experimenting and not stressing about stuff. So I figure I shouldn't even stress about what pages I pick. Yeah, Helen, I have a couple of books with not a page colored in them too, so don't feel bad. But I'm going to make it my goal this year to color in at least one page of every book. That way, I've made the price that I've paid worth the book. You know, worth it. Because I feel like if I haven't colored it and I haven't used it, then it's almost like a waste. Because I don't know, there's nothing sadder to me than a coloring book that hasn't been loved yet. And I feel like as soon as I color it, then it's like got some love in it. I know that sounds really stupid, but I'm so corny. You guys should know that by now. I'm such a big sap. Such a softie. That's okay though. And I'm gonna just get this area right under her lip filled in with some color. Yeah, I agree, Helen. I keep buying new books too. It's an issue. So I figure now when I buy a new book and I get it, I'm gonna try and color a page right away. That way, I don't feel guilty about having it, and I can enjoy buying more books. But I've got some books I'm catching up on, so you guys will see probably a lot on my Instagram. I'm just going to be coloring a lot of new books. Well, new books to me. They might not be new anymore, but books that I need to work in. Oh, thanks, Helen. Shelly, that's funny. Uh-huh. Yeah, I just, like, whenever I buy a book and I don't color in it, like, I don't know, I feel bad about it. Like, I feel like, I don't know, like, I have a couple of books, especially, like, from illustrator friends of mine. And one of the books I'm scared to work in because I don't want to mess it up. And I know that sounds silly, but I love her work so much and I just don't want to mess it up. But I should stop thinking that way, because I say to other people not to do that, so I should do the same thing. So I need to just work in it and not worry, because I know she just wants me to have fun too. But you know, like, I think it's when you really care about the book and the person who did it, you're scared of working in it. But then, like, that doesn't really, like, the book is not being loved. Like, it's not good. So I gotta just buckle down and do it. And I'm sure once I get started, it'll be fine. It's just like the worry, the silly worry of like a blank canvas. Oh man. They're so funny sometimes. But yeah, Senka, some of the books I have you can't buy another copy of. They're out of print now, so that's what worries me. I don't have a spare, and I only have the one copy, and since I've bought them, they've gone out of print, so I really don't have another option. But I think it's sadder to have a book that's uncolored than a book that's been messed up. So I think I just gotta buckle down and do it. um, Alright, you guys. So her nose is kind of small, isn't it? It's a little nose. um, Rochelle, which page? I don't know. This one here looks like it's just like a wing. But I'm guessing that's not the page you're talking about. But honestly, I think it's whatever. I don't think there's a right or wrong interpretation, Rochelle. I think it's whatever you think it is. Like, I think this is a swan. Maybe someone else will think it's a duck or a goose or something. But I don't think anybody's wrong. I think it's whatever interpretation you want it to be. And they're spirit animals. I mean, that's the name of the book, right? So, like, they could be fantasy creatures that aren't even real, that are just, like, inspired by real animals. So you could make them any color you want. Page 27. Wait, 27, like spreads? Like, is this a... Okay, I'm just gonna... Wait, here, I'll zoom out so that way you guys don't get dizzy. 27. So it's somewhere in here. This one? Is it this one? Could be either. It looks kind of like... Looks like it could be either. There's no real... I don't see a head, do you? I think it could be an octopus or a squid. I'd say just do your thing. They're just like tentacles and arms coming out. I don't see like a head anywhere up here. Besides her head, I mean. This is a really cool page though. I do not know. Yeah, so it's gotta be not an octopus then, because it has more than 10. Well, wait, I think it has even more than 10. Let's see, let's count the squiggles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Well, it's already more than 10. So do your thing. Here's another one. 12, 13. I think there's probably more that I'm missing that I didn't see. So I think it's really just do whatever you want. Oh, maybe 12. Maybe I counted one twice. Maybe it's a squawktopus. A squid octopus? Squawktopus? Yeah, that's what I'm gonna call it now. A squawktopus. Oh man. guys, guys, you guys are the best. uh, a squidopus? That's also pretty good. I like that. Oh man. An octoid? Yeah, we're now we're going on the name mashups. That's great. Keep them coming, guys. Okay. Oh, we are so funny. Um, okay, just to kind of brighten up our skin tone a little bit so it's not so so cold. I'm gonna just grab this peach here. This is again just the Crayola peach color. This is how it looks when it's scribbled out. Um, Hi, Bear! And I'm just going to apply this to her cheeks area here just to kind of warm it up. Make her look more alive. Because sometimes when you have too many cold colors in the skin, she'll start to look kind of dead. So let's just sort of fill in some of these shadows with a layer of this peach color. I started at her cheek, but I like it, so I'm going to move on to other areas as well where there's shadow. And I'm preferring light layers over pressing hard. I feel like the layering is a lot easier, the blending is a lot easier with the crayons. Oh, is that a printed? Oh, it is. Okay. Sometimes I mistake a printed dot for a speck. Let's see here. I'm doing great, Bear. How are you? Oh, I didn't see that, Christy. I'm so excited though. I love all of her work. Man, I wish I could work that quickly. I am working on a book, but it takes me like a year to work on one book. But I think that's because I work full-time too. So I just don't have the time. And of course I'm coloring here with you guys. I guess I could stop that, but I don't want to. I agree. No problem, May. I totally feel the same way. Yep. I hope I didn't mean to make it sound like I didn't think that way. um, Shelly. I try to take that advice. I do have a lot of fun when I'm coloring. Especially, I feel like with crayons, you really can't be that serious about it. Because just smelling them and holding them, it makes you feel like a little kid. takes a lot of the pressure out. I think that's why I like them so well. It's funny though how that happens. You can't get precious with a crayon. It only costs like $8 for the whole set, so it's not like they're, you know, it's not like they're super pricey or anything. Oh, okay. Oh, good, Nay. I just wanted to make sure I didn't say anything that made it seem otherwise. That's good. Aw, don't be sad, Shelly. You know, as long as you're learning something, even if it doesn't turn out the way you want, that's really the process. I mean, nobody gets good at something very quickly overnight unless you're somehow some genius, but that's not me. I'm sure that you guys, if you've been watching my videos by now, you know my story, but I can tell it again if you want. I was not the best artist in my class in school, and I knew it. But I worked hard because I love it, and I didn't never give up. And now I'm, you know, drawing commissions and doing coloring books. So I think it's all about just enjoying the process enough that even through the discouragement or things not turning out exactly as planned, you love it enough that you'll just keep doing it, and that's really the key. Just having fun and taking this pressure off yourself to be perfect, because nobody is perfect. Even your most favorite, most professional artists that you follow out there, they have mistakes and boo-boos that they just don't show. So I think it's like really important for you guys to understand that like nobody is perfect. Everybody makes mistakes. Everybody learns that way. If we were perfect, then it would be easy and you get bored of it. So I think just don't worry too much about it. It really doesn't matter. Especially with coloring, it's supposed to be a stress-free experience. But yeah, you don't have to show your mistakes. There's no reason why you have to show every coloring that you do, but you also don't have to be hard on yourself if you mess up, because I mess up all the time. I just don't show it. You don't have to show anything you don't want to, Shelly. It's your Instagram or your Facebook or your YouTube. It's your rules, so you do what you want. And I'm sure that she doesn't mean to pressure you. I'm just trying to look here. I want to get some of her neck covered. Let's make sure. Well, Helen, whoever's putting other people down for what they're coloring isn't right themselves. And the reason why I say that is because there's no right or wrong in art. Every piece of artwork has its own legitimacy as an artwork, because we're not photocopy machines. We're not cameras. We're not realism. While a lot of people's goals is realism, realism is not the only art form out there. There's so many beautiful, beautiful pieces of art hanging in museums that don't look realistic at all. So for someone to tell you that something's not right or something isn't good, I feel like they are just being a bully. And, you know, as far as coloring goes, especially if you're new to coloring, if you're just learning and starting out, then that, and I feel so strongly about this, then there is no right or wrong. Just enjoy yourself and have fun. And somebody who tells you that your coloring isn't right, what you want to do at that point is block them. That's what I would do. They're they're not encouraging you or supporting you in any way. They're not offering you constructive criticism or telling you how to get better. You know, if your goal is to do something well and you need help and you ask somebody for help and they give you constructive criticism, that's a lot different than somebody just saying that a coloring page isn't right. So I've actually had a couple of people ask me for critiques, but you'll see how I do constructive criticism on my channel. I'm planning on doing those videos very soon. I have one person who's requested and another person who I think is going to ask me, but I haven't gotten the official email yet. But in any case, if somebody isn't being constructive when they're giving you criticism, you have every right to just completely ignore them, because people can be mean, especially online. I've noticed this, and I've had that happen to me myself. You can't let other people hurt you in a way that prevents you from doing what you love, because they don't know you. They don't know what you're capable of or what you're going to do in the future, but you have to go through the process of learning and doing things in order to get there. So, yeah. No, Helen, you're doing everything just right. Don't you worry. Yeah, I agree, Shelly. You know, I will never say negative stuff about people's work unless they specifically ask me to critique their work. Yeah. Yeah, Rochelle, I love constructive criticism myself, and I don't mind receiving it. It's just when people say things like, I hate your voice. Like, I'm like, okay, well, I can't change that, and it has nothing to do with my artwork, so you can just go stuff yourself, you know? But that kind of negativity is everywhere. It's abundant no matter how good or bad you are. So, yeah, don't take people's words seriously, especially if they're not your friends and you don't know them. Like, I put more weight on my friends and my family's opinions than I do on people who don't know me, because they don't know my journey. They don't know who I am as a person. They don't know what I've done in the past. So really, they don't know enough about me to even make that kind of comment, I think. Yeah, you really do. And Senka, it's not easy. At first it used to bother me too, but now I don't really care. I've learned. I've learned through experience that if you got something to say that's not kind, then I'm not gonna listen to it, so you're wasting your breath. Yep, you can color it anyhow you want, Bear. So true. Yep, there is no right or wrong, and we are allowed to do whatever we want in our books. You know, within legal limits, I guess. You know, you can't, like, sell... I don't think you can sell, like... Well, I know you can't sell uncolored work, so don't go doing that. But I don't even think you can sell finished pages, or at least I don't, out of respect for the illustrator. But beyond that, there's not really any rules. You can get rid of lines if you don't like them. You can change stuff around. I've seen some people do some pretty wild stuff, changing their coloring book pages to look totally different. That's really cool. You know, you can follow it exactly how they say. Hi, CB. Oh, you missed it earlier. I showed the sparkles, but I'm sending out your drawing later today. I'm gonna run to the post office after I'm done here. Yes, you can, Bear. Go ahead and sneeze all over your books and call it art. Yes, you can. If you do that, you should do it on stream, though. I think it would be hilarious. Although I can't sneeze on command. I don't know anybody that can. Maybe if you have like something that makes you sneeze, like, I don't know. Yeah, I think you saw the sparkle video on Instagram. That one's actually probably better. Yeah, I agree, Shelly. Nobody should be mean to each other. We're all here to just have fun and enjoy. It's all about having fun art, and anybody can color. It's not just for people who have some kind of skill or whatever. Anybody can color. And everybody should color because it's fun, and why not? Okay, so I want to add a little bit more detail to the shadows. I'm just trying to figure out what color. I'm just scribbling around. Maybe this one, but let's look. Let's see here. Okay, Nick and Tina, no problem. Yeah, I'm so glad you love it. It's going to be flying to you soon. CB, I'll give you the tracking info in an email when I send it out. Let's see. Yeah, May, but let's try and think positive here. We can only control our own reactions. So if somebody's giving, oh, I'm sorry, I'm using desert sand. If somebody's giving you trouble, you know, there's nothing you can do other than how you react. So just you know, just walk away if they're a bully, if they're being mean to you and they say that your artwork isn't good. You have every right to block them. Now, I have an idea for an experiment with this page, but I'm sort of nervous to do it because I'm starting to like how this is turning out. But we'll see here. Let me just scrape some of this away. It's too much wax on there, not enough pigment, so I gotta go in with a darker color. What's so cool about the crayons is they do scrape off if you press hard with your fingernail and kind of just remove it. It's so cool. It's like an eraser built into your hand. Let's see. Thank you, Louise. I'm glad you like it. Yeah. Well, I'm sorry that you've had a bad experience, Shelly, but hopefully going forward it'll be a lot better. There's a lot more beautiful, wonderful people in this community than there are people who are putting people down. So we just have to remember that. Don't let a couple of bad apples ruin the whole bunch, right? Oh, thank you, Helen. No worries, Pickle. I'm glad you're coloring. What are you coloring, honey? No, I'm so happy when people are coloring. That's, you know, to be coloring on other people's streams, I love doing that. So, you guys color away. There's no sorries needed. In fact, I'm delighted. Oh man, I can't believe this. This is so much fun. Guys, you know, we spend so much time worrying about what fancy pencils we have,
I don't think it's necessary. If you are new to coloring and you don't have fancy pencils, grab a box of Crayola crayons and have a ball. Who cares? So awesome. So this was when I did my other Crayola video. I had so many people message me, email me, request on Instagram, on YouTube that I do another one. So I was like, well, that's it. I have to do another one. Okay. Now you can see I'm leaving the white of the paper where the highlights are, but I'm going to start going into those now with just very light pressure. I want to cover at least a little of the page, but I want her to have this bright highlight right where the light would hit her face. Oh, I missed something. Yeah, we have a lot of beautiful people. Shannon. I don't know how many people bought crayons after my stream, but it was so fun to watch some people pick up their crayons. Like I know May picked up a bunch of crayons. Yeah, so that was fun. And we already have a couple of people who have done Crayola Crayon challenges on Instagram. So if you check out the hashtag Crayola Crayons Challenge, you can see them there. Or if you go to my Instagram, you can just click the tag that I have on my image. Yeah, Jody. Yeah, May. Yep, you did. Yep, it's all about just having fun, creating art, making something, you know, being creative. It doesn't require a whole lot, you can do so much with so little. And I feel like the more fancy stuff you have, the more sort of self-limiting it can be sometimes. So just pick up whatever you have and have fun. And don't let anybody tell you you're doing it wrong, because you're not. You're doing it right. As long as you're enjoying yourself, there is nothing wrong. Good, Helen. I'm glad you like the idea. Yeah, Pickle. I have some plans in the future to do some weird stuff. I've got it on my list. It's gonna be crazy, but we'll see how that turns out. I cannot promise. If I'm doing something I've never done before, I cannot promise it's gonna turn out great. So we'll see. It's gonna get a little crazy in here, though. Thank you, CB. I don't know, I think it just doesn't matter what you use. Alright, so I'm able to get quite a lot of layers down, which is awesome. So, Pickle, I plan to do, I'll tell you one, I plan to do a mud drawing. I don't think I'm going to use my coloring books, though, because I don't know how to preserve mud. So I think I'm just going to do it on like a canvas or paper or something out in the woods. I'm going to take you guys on a little adventure once the weather gets a little nicer. Oh my goodness. So that's one planned thing on my list to do is a mud drawing. Out of literal mud I pick up out of the ground. Shannon. Well, I can't claim credit for the idea. Susie Sketchcantation on Instagram, and I think that's her name here too on YouTube. She actually said in one of my streams that I could make anything beautiful even with mud, so it gave me the idea to try mud. So that, it was her idea really, but I'm taking it and going with it, because why not? Why not? Yeah, so dirty, dirty, dirty. Oh, guys, it's gonna be so much fun though. And I have no idea how that's gonna turn out, but I think it'll be fun. So I'm just gonna take myself out into the woods and take my camera with me, and we'll see what happens. Thanks, Loretta. There is a lot of clay in the area, so that might be a possibility. Yeah, all the HK5 videos that have been coming out are awesome, Tammy. I love seeing everybody's work. Yeah, I'm taking it to a new it's now super adult. It's dirty coloring. Oh man, guys. Oh, we're so bad. Okay. We're so bad it's good, right? Ah. Okay. So let's see, what else am I doing here on this face? I got kind of sidetracked by all the dirty mud talk. I'll do some little bit right under her nose. And, let's see, I do want to do, I think, some more right here. You guys are great. Thank you so much for all the giggles today. All right. Thank you. Thanks, Pat. Hi, Loretta. Let's see. I think I said hi to everybody. Hello, hello, hello. And anybody who's lurking, thank you for coming too. Oh, you gave another idea? Yeah, I used to draw with walnut ink in college, Loretta. There are walnuts in the area, however, I don't have anything to grind them up with to create the pigment. Like, I don't have a mortar and pestle or anything. But I did do something like that when I took a class in college. I did do a walnut ink drawing. But I think the mud will be plenty sufficient enough, I think, to get a good drawing going, I hope. But yeah, walnut ink is actually a widely used traditional media. You can buy it in a store in like a bottle. Not a bad idea. Oh, okay. I probably will not. The place I'm thinking of going doesn't have walnut trees, so I probably will not find that there. I have been scouting out locations where I can draw in the woods and also have somewhat of a cell signal, so hopefully I can live stream. But to be honest with you, most of the parks that are around here, if they're remote enough to have a park, then unfortunately the cell service is like non-existent. So I'm trying to find a spot where I can do this. So that's what I've been sort of delaying on is, but there's a spot nearby that has some cell service. It's not great, but it does have a little signal. But it also has more foot traffic, so I'm probably going to encounter people on the path. So it will not be a private. We might have visitors to our live streams. I have no idea how this is going to work out. So this is going to be a pretty wild adventure, but I am working on the details of that, and it will be coming up this fall, so stay tuned for that. I can't make any promises on how it'll turn out though, so we'll see. You guys know live is live. You know, we do what we can.
Okay, well, we've got a troll here, so let's just, there you go. Sorry, dude, but I don't encourage that kind of behavior on my channel. Yeah, I've seen coffee art as well. I've never seen mud art, though. I've never seen somebody literally just slap mud on a page and draw with it, so we're gonna try that out. Why not? Alright, here we go. So now we have, let me think here. I'm just gonna create more shadows here in the chin area. So you guys can see I just sort of jump around. Wherever sticks out to me, that's where I work. Sorry if you guys can hear the, there's a little preschool next door to where I live. So sometimes the kids can be quite noisy, but I kind of love that. I like hearing their little voices. So, but I apologize though if it bothers anybody. All right, so she's turning out more tan than I meant to, but that's fine. Yeah, no worries, Nick and Tina. I already blocked them. Thank you, though. I think I missed something in the chat, but hello. Whoever I missed, I'm sorry. Hello, hello. So let's see here. Well, don't stress about it, Loretta. You can always, you know, they're waiting for you. They're there for you. Yeah, me too, Diane. Okay, so let's see here. What do I want to do next? I have time. It's 4:30. I'm gonna go at least till probably 5, and then we'll see. Let's see here. Yeah. Yeah, Bear, I didn't allow the comment through, so we're good. Okay, I'm gonna use the Neocolors. So guys, I really have not used these before. So I don't know how this will happen. I just made a swatch chart and I played around with the blue and the black a little bit, but other than that, I really have not used them at all. So this will be fun. I've got a couple cups of water here. I'll just move my Crayolas out of the way. I might not be done with them yet. Oh, Bear, that's okay. I don't. Okay, good. If you have any questions for me, just put them in all caps. I can't really keep track of the chat, so I don't know exactly how to use these. I've seen people use them, but I am a little nervous about it, to be honest with you, so just bear with me here. But I do want to zoom out a little. Yeah, these were a gift, and I haven't used them, and I feel guilty about that. Let's just zoom out, just so I can not worry about going off camera. I haven't really used them that much and I feel bad about that, but I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah, I know they're watercolor crayons, but that doesn't make it any less stressful when you're not sure how they go down or what to do with them. Let me grab a page to put underneath when I watercolor that bit. There we go. I have a scrap page I was doodling on. I'll just use the back of that as my okay. So, no problem, Tammy. Hi, Montgomery. Hello, hello. Anybody coming in? Thank you so much for coming. So we were using Crayola crayon. We did the skin with Crayola crayon. But like I said, I'm going to try and use all of my crayons. I want to use Neocolor for her hair and the wings and her eyebrow and maybe the background too. And then I'll use the other crayons that I have, these Sakura Kooky pencils, for the other bits. And that way we'll use all of the crayons on one page. Yeah, so I'm just sort of, I don't know what I'm doing. I have here the, which color is this? Blue turquoise? I think I'm going to start with this color. But I don't know what I'm doing, guys. Thank you, Meredith. Hello. Okay. So I'll start with this one just because it looks like it's the lightest sort of blue color. I like the ultramarine blue, so we might swap to that too, but where do I start? I don't know what I'm doing, guys. I'll start over here, that way if I mess up. So I'm just putting it down. I don't know what I'm doing. I think I'll do the wings with the other blue once I figure out how this one works out. So I'm just coloring where I want the shadows to go, hoping that this will, and they're going down just like crayons, like just like fancy crayons basically. They have more pigment in them than the Crayolas, but they have a little bit of waxy feel to them. Though I don't think there's any wax in them. But they do feel like crayons, so that's good. Okay. Getting a little more confidence now. We'll see how it works though. Okay. Before I go too far, just to make sure I haven't totally messed this up, I'm just gonna water activate this and see what happens. Oh, thank you, Nick and Tina. Love you guys too. Okay, so we're going to, okay, not too bad. It's sort of like, I don't know how to explain it. It's not like anything else I've ever tried before. You don't need a lot of water, which is good. I'm gonna try this in my book too, I think. Okay, I like this color, so that's good. So now, I'm wondering though, what if I mix it? Like if I, we'll see what happens. We'll see what goes on. It is a fun new adventure. And I also have been inspired, on my list of things to do is, I have some pan pastels. Okay, so now that the paper is wet, I don't want to go and color over it because I feel like
that will tear the paper surface. So I'm just gonna wet the crayon and use it like a watercolor. I think that might be safer. Yeah, that works. I've seen other people do it. I didn't know, but it does work. Okay, good. So another thing I want to try is pan pastels. I have a set of small skin tone pastels. And Dee Dee was doing them the other day on her channel, and she challenged us to use our pan pastels. So now I have to get those out and play with those too. So that's another thing coming up on my channel. Just something new that I haven't done before. So I'll play with them for the first time on camera with you guys as well. Because why not? Alright. Let's see. I don't think anybody's talking to me. Hey Loretta, if you can put your comments in caps. I'm having trouble keeping up with the chat. So let's see. Any books? Yeah, Loretta, I've mentioned a couple of books to you before. The ones by Andrew Loomis are the ones that I used a lot, and they are not expensive or maybe even free, depending on if they're still in print or not. So those are the ones that I used when I was learning how to draw, but also when I was learning how to draw figures, I went to figure drawing classes. So what I did is I signed up for a class and I went and I drew nude models. So that's the way that I learned. I didn't really learn from a book. I learned just by doing it and by drawing people. And then once I obviously I couldn't take those classes because they're, some of them can get expensive, so I couldn't take them all the time. So now what I do is when I want to study people, I go to a coffee shop or a little cafe or something like that, and I'll order some food just so that way they don't kick me out, but then I'll sit there and draw people. And what's crazy is so many people are on their cell phones and not paying attention that you can get away with drawing people without them even noticing. So I feel like drawing real life people is the best way to learn because if you're just drawing from a book or if you're just drawing from your imagination, then you're not really learning true anatomy as it is in reality. As much as those books are helpful, I feel like if you want to learn how to draw realistically, then you should draw from real people. So, everybody learns in a different way, but that's just my opinion and that's the way that I learned. So yeah. Okay, so I like dipping into the crayon. That feels a lot like watercolor, which I'm used to. But I'm going to go back to, I'm going to wait for this to dry. Then I'll go back to coloring on it like a crayon once it's, I don't know if I can do it. Well, let's see. Hold on. Maybe I can do it while it's wet. Okay, yeah, it's just like, no, I think I'll wait till it's dry. So I'll start working on the wings. Let's see. Okay, May, that's good to know. Yeah. So they re-wet really easily, so I might have trouble layering. So what I may do is layer my regular pencils, like Crayolas and stuff, over these once they're dry. That might be the best way to do it. Okay, so I have to then put it down the way I want it. So, oh, I'm sorry. So I'm using, what is this one? Ultramarine. So for the wings, I'm using ultramarine. And this isn't turning out exactly the way I imagined it to, but that's okay, guys, because I'm still having a ton of fun and learning something new. So even if it doesn't turn out the way that you're imagining it in your head, as long as you're having fun, that's the key. Okay. Ooh, I almost dumped that.
I think I'm missing stuff, but yeah, good, May. Okay, that's what I'll do then. So what I'll do is I'll put down this layer and then I'll use maybe my Krupi pencils over top. The Sakura crayons that I have. That might work. It's all an experiment though. No idea. So I'm just coloring where I want the darkest bits to go, and then I'm gonna smoosh it around like I did the hair. Okay. Let's put, actually, I'll use this one. So we used turquoise blue for the hair. I'm gonna use a little bit of this cobalt blue. Now we're getting fancy. Cobalt blue. I'm gonna use this for some of the wings too. Let's see. So it seems like a really similar color to this color, the turquoise blue, but it's, according to my swatch sheet, it's darker. So hopefully that'll be the effect that I get, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. I don't know. And then what I want to do is, the only non-crayon product that I'm going to use is white gouache, and I'm going to go over the lines with that. So we'll see if we can make that happen today on stream, or if that's going to have to be later on. Okay, I think I got them all. Alright, well that looks like a hot mess right now. Let's see what happens when I wet it. Me too, Tammy. I love blue. Yeah, Loretta. I don't even worry about the quality of the coffee shop. Like I go to Panera sometimes, you know, or there's like a little local coffee shop. I don't remember the name of it, but it's not like a chain or anything. It's just like a, ooh, this is much nicer once I wet it. I don't worry too much about the actual food at the coffee shop. What I'm concerned about is snooping on all the people who are there. It's so bad. But it's funny because like I find it really thrilling actually to go to a coffee shop and draw, because you don't know how long, like with a timed model, you know how long you have. Like it's a 5-minute drawing or a 10-minute drawing or whatever. But or like quick gesture studies. But you know when the model is going to move because they tell you, right? Well, with a coffee shop, you don't know when that person's going to get up and leave. So you got to get the details of the actual, like the most important stuff done first. And then once you're done the important stuff, then you can go ahead and do the details. So it is so much fun. It's kind of like a crazy like timing challenge kind of thing. It's really hard to explain if you haven't done it before, but yeah, so that's one of the things I really love to do. If I have time to, I will go to a little coffee shop or a little bakery or something and just plop down and doodle people. So much fun. Okay, yeah, so this isn't turning out
anything like I had hoped it would, but that's okay. It's so much fun, it doesn't matter. And I love blue, so that's the good news, is at least it's gonna be okay anyway. Sorry, I'm quiet. I'm trying to not mess it up too badly, but we will see. Okay. So the hair and the wings are kind of blending together. That's not what I wanted. So now I have to make a decision. But before I do that, let's do the top of the hair. This looks like it's dry now. At least drier than it was. At least let's get that all brought up to the same level. So I'm just going around this little crown thing here and under it. Just to give some shadow there. Is that part of the crown? I think so. Okay. Not a hair strand. Alright, so then let's just put in some quick. What I do like about this is it's quick, very quick. It's like watercolor. Okay. We'll see how that turns out. Hello, Kathy. Hi, Hella. Hi, Wyatt. Oh, yeah, no, that's not appropriate. Thank you for clearing that out, mods. Okay. Hi, Bunny. That's okay. Don't worry. If you have to lurk at work, just don't get in trouble now. Oh, that's a lot more pigment than I did on the bottom. Okie dokie. Let's just put some over there then. Oh man, I'm getting the hang of it, but not a pro yet at this for sure. Okay. Oh man, I went over the line too. Messy. Let's just see if it'll lift like I've done with watercolors. Yes, it does. Okay, that's good. Okay, cool. So what's cool is when I put this Neocolor over the crayon, it resists. I don't know if you guys can see this. Let me zoom in. Let me actually also take this little bit of blue off her ear. Okay, that's a little better. So what's cool is the wax from the Crayolas resists. So if you accidentally go over the lines, it won't happen. It doesn't, it just pulls up. It doesn't want to actually stick to the paper. So that's pretty cool. That was what I was hoping would happen. So now I don't have to be super perfect. As long as there's enough wax on the paper. Let me actually do her eyebrow the same color. I don't think I have the precision to do it with the crayon, so I'm just gonna do it here like that. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm off camera. Shoot. Like that. Okay. Well, that was fun. And it didn't turn out how I wanted it to, but that's okay. Just sort of blending this in more. Okay, the paper is buckling, but that's to be expected with any amount of water. Okay, I'm gonna let that dry, and while that's drying, let's do a different area. So let's think. What do I want to do now? Oh, glitter. No, Montgomery, you can always watch it back. You don't have to feel like you need to get in trouble on my account. That's not necessary. I kind of want to do the background in watercolor too, actually. Let's see. Maybe I should do the background. Maybe in brown and black and ultramarine. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do the, I'm going to do the inside of this circle. Actually, I'll start out with black. This does not look black, but it is black. Okay, this is the black. There. And I'm not trying to be perfect here because I'm just going to go over it with water. And I'm just going in a general circle, so I'm sort of just like, let's see here. We need to make this a little bit bigger. It'll go right here. Oh man, that's going to be sketchy. Right here, and right here. And since May gave me a nice little nugget of info that these re-wet and lift real easy, I'm going to do all of the Neocolor and put it down dry first, and then, so I'm going to layer it dry and then wet it. And hopefully this will work the way I want it to. Okay, so I did too much black there, so now I have to fix it. This is not turning out, but that's okay. That's alright, guys. See, the thing is like, what I'm doing here, even if it doesn't turn out how I want it to, it is so much fun. So it doesn't matter if it's perfect or even good. It just matters that I'm having fun. It might be a little embarrassing because I'm doing it live, so whatever, but you know. And I'm not looking at the chat, but if you do have something for me, put it in all caps, because I cannot read this fast. I can't even. Hello, anybody who came in. Marsha, Afton. Afton, they're a challenge for me too. I have no idea what I'm doing. So, this is kind of crazy. I don't know what I'm doing, but that's alright. We don't have to always know what we're doing, right? We can just work it out as we go. That's what I'm telling myself. Alright, I don't want to get my hand in the wet paint. Maybe I should have done this first. I don't know. Okay, so I'm just sort of quickly laying down. I might have to lift some from the crayon itself. So for anybody who's just showing up, we did the skin tone of this page with Crayola crayon. Now we're using Neocolor 2s for the background and the hair. And I'm going to also use the Sakura Koopi pencil crayons for some of the other details. Okay. Yeah. These are tough to get precise because they don't have like a, this one doesn't have like a point anymore. It's just like a big, okay, now I'm switching to, what is this one? Brown. This one is brown. I don't think you can see that, but thank you. Let's see. Oh, good, Diane. I'm glad. Yep. Learn from my mistakes. Don't do what I do. No. Just kidding. Okay. So I'm going to layer this because I don't want it to be pure black. So I'm just going to layer this brown over it. I'm not worried about doing it perfectly because I know that when they activate, I can moosh them around. So that's good. That you don't have to get in real tight to the figure if you don't want to. You can kind of just push it over there with the brush later if you're more comfortable doing it that way. Let's see. So I'm just leaving a small area around the outside. I'm going to put a little bit of blue there just to kind of tie the background and the foreground together. Okay, this one has more of a tip, which is good. I can kind of make sure that the pigment goes where I want it to. A little bit easier. I feel like I might be putting too much on. I don't know. Don't know what I'm doing, guys. Gosh, you could almost just use these as regular crayons too. Okay, like just leave them dry. Get any excess off I don't want on there, just so that it doesn't create any kind of trouble for me later. Okay, oh, like that. Oh well, that's okay. We got this. We got this, guys. Then what color do I want? Do I want ultramarine? I think so. So I'm gonna just throw a layer. Oh, I have it all over myself. Nice. Throw a layer of ultramarine on the very outer edge of this little circle here. And I'm hoping that this will look the way I want it to when it mixes, but again, not sure. Oh, okay. Yeah, I just figured that out. Don't wipe the crayons with your hands. So let's see if experiment number 57 today. Okay, they don't erase with an eraser. Oh, well, sometimes they do. Okay. So, right. I'm gonna have to lift that with water and hope that I can get rid of it. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to do something with that. Nice. Thanks, mate. A little too late, but that's my bad, not yours. Okay. See, don't do what I did. Learn from my boo-boo. Okay. Oh, man. Oh, that's good to know, Hello. Yeah, that does make sense. I rarely ever sharpen anything if I don't have to, though. So I will most likely work with blunt tips. Don't be sorry, May. It's not your fault what I'm doing. Trust me. All right, let's try and fix that mistake before we get too far. So I'm gonna wet this area. Well, I don't know. It's not moving. Yeah, I'm just peeling the paper now. Okay, I just have to leave it. I'll figure it out. Okay, moving on. Okay, so I have probably more pigment on the paper than I needed to. So you could do a lighter layer of Neocolors and get probably the same result. I'm doing everything wrong today, guys. That's okay though. There's no right or wrong. I'm learning. I'm figuring it out on camera, live. Because I'm weird and I like to embarrass myself. Okay, that's good. That's good. Okay. I am, May. I'm doing it right. Oh, nice, Tammy. Thank you, Christina. It's fine, guys. Even if it doesn't turn out the way I wanted to, there's nothing wrong with that. Okay, let's see here. I'm gonna go over here. So I'm trying to decide what I'm gonna do about my mistake over there now. I gotta be creative. But you know, sometimes, like Bob Ross used to say, there are happy accidents. Maybe it was meant to be that way. Maybe I can make something cool out of that. Let's think about it here. Just trying to move the pigment around so that's where I want it. Also, I've noticed you don't need a whole lot of water to activate these. I think maybe I was using a little too much water earlier, so I'm gonna just try and control how much water I put on my brush and make sure I don't overdo it. Because I've noticed when it pools, it kind of creates a mess that's harder to control. Okay, so I only want a hint of blue. I'm actually trying to mix in some of this brown into the blue. Oh, hi, cutie. You gonna come investigate? You don't know what I'm doing, huh? Here comes Abby. Let's see if she stays. Yeah, you're a good girl, huh, cutie? Hi. Yeah. She's right here, right next to me on the floor. Yeah, I'm not sure, hello. Yeah, I'm not a pro, Loretta. I'm not a pro. I am still learning, and I will always be learning. I'm always a student. I think it becomes boring and not fun when you stop learning. So I will always try to learn something new. And I never know too much. There's always something I can learn. So, yep. But yes, nobody is perfect. Everybody is a human being. We all make mistakes. And that is good. You'd think mistakes are bad, but that's how we learn. Now I know I will never ever wipe crayon again. Or Neocolor anyway. Never wipe. I do that all the time with crayon dust and pencil dust. Cannot do that with Neocolor dust. I think it's like any little tiny bit of moisture from my hands will make it smear. Okay, yep, they do re-wet beautifully, just as May said. Okay. um, yeah, Afton, I don't know how to use a water brush. I have this little water brush that I got in a set of Cotman, Winsor, and Newton watercolors, but as you can see, I have never used it. It's still, I don't know how to use those, and I've been using regular brushes my whole life, so I do plan to try and learn how to use those, but honestly, I'm just so much more comfortable. I was like, I'm learning enough today, I'm not going to try the water brush too. But yeah, I do find that water is very easy to control with a regular brush, so I do recommend it. Give it a shot. Okay, so we've got somewhat of a hot mess here, but yeah. Oh yeah, me too, Diane. I love Bob Ross. I've actually been watching him on YouTube. He has a YouTube channel, and I've been watching him. You know, like put him on while if I'm not watching a streamer, I'll watch Bob Ross. Okay. Let's see here. I don't know what I'm doing, so I'm just thinking. Thinking and petting my Neocolors. Is this dry? Not quite, but I think it's dry enough to do some fun little experiments. Or should I finish? I think I'll finish her face first. Is this? No, it's not dry. I'm just gonna mess that up. Let me fix this little spot that's kind of bothering me. There we go. Push some of that around. There we go. Kind of bummed I did that. Yeah, it's not coming up. It won't lift when I want it to lift. Okay, so what do I want to do with the hair? Should I make the wings darker or the hair darker? Or leave them together? Aw, Tammy, I'm glad that you liked it. I should pet them more, May. Pet them. Nice watercolors. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. I must have knocked the camera. It's like off center now. Oh, well. Oh, now I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, there we go. Oh, it's a day of happy accidents, guys. Okay, well, let's see. I think I'll break out my Koopy crayons now. This is not yet ready to color on. Oh no, wait, I'll do the white gouache. That's what I can do. While I'm waiting for some of that to really set in. Where is my white gouache? Where are you? Here you are, buddy. Hello. And I need a little tray. Here we go. Alright, so I want her hair to be lighter than that, and the way I'm going to do that is by getting rid of the line art. Wow, the chat is flying. I'm so glad you guys are having fun. I'm going to be using this Winsor & Newton Designer's Gouache in Permanent White. And this is what I'm going to use to get rid of any lines that I don't want. Just put a splotch of that on this little tray I have. And I'm going to grab, which little brush? Hello, little brushes. This one. And so I have a 0 round. I'm just going to, I'm just mixing up sometimes the gouache will separate a little bit, so I'm just mixing it all up, making sure that the color is nice and opaque. Oh god. I'm doing all kinds of crazy stuff today. Okay. don't know how this is going to react. So where should I start? I'm going to do it. Oh, good. So I'm getting rid of any dark lines that I don't want, and also adding in white details. And then once everything is dry, I can go over it with Crayola crayons or the Koopi pencils, the dry stuff. So because it's both the Koopi pencils and the Crayola crayons are wax based, you want to get all of your water media down before you put, I know that much just from working with other wax based and other water based materials. You want to get all your water media down before you put any wax or it won't work. Okay, so it is lifting up some of the Neocolors. It's not going to be, this is not like regular watercolor, guys. This is totally different. Oh, fun. Thank you, Nick and Tina. I'm trying. Okay. Okay. Thank you, Jody. Thank you, Meredith. Yeah, May, I totally agree. I think they are different from everything that I've ever tried. So it will take me some, it's going to be a learning curve. It's going to take me some time to get used to them. But, you know, I won't ever get used to them if I don't try them. So that's why I wanted to do them on this video. Just doing some stuff I don't know much about. Knowing that if I mess up, that at least I'll have learned my mistakes. Okay. And that's the important part. I'll take what I learned from this one and apply it to everything else and make sure that I, for example, don't ever brush them with my hands. Any excess pigment will have to be brushed off or blown off with a brush. Let's see. Yep. You never know till you try. Exactly. Jody? Uh-huh. Yeah, so it's weird how once I put down the gouache, I have to put another layer down sometimes to get it as bright as I normally would with just one layer. So these are coming up through, like they're bleeding up through, so maybe I should swap for the hair to my bleed proof white and see how that works out. Let's do that. I'll finish off the wings with this and then we'll move to a different product and see if that doesn't bleed. Because normally with watercolor I can put gouache over it and it does not bleed. So I was hoping that that would be the case here. Okay, yeah, that's where the crayons are. Okay. But we'll see. I'll try two different products because I have this here too. This is the Dr. P.H. Martin's Bleed Proof White. This is supposed to be bleed proof. So hopefully it doesn't do what the gouache is doing, but we'll see. Oh yeah, no problem, CB. Thank you so much for coming by. Yeah, definitely get some sleep. Hi, Ilana. How you doing? Hello, hello, everybody. And if I missed anybody, I'm so sorry. The chat is going more quickly than I am used to. So I'm not going to be able to finish this today. However, I'm going to do as much experimenting as I can on camera for you guys. And then I'll just post the finished thing on Instagram when I'm done. Okay. So we've got a whole lot more feathers, and this is still wet, so I'm so worried about getting my hand smudging everything. Let's see. But we're gonna be all right, guys. It's gonna be just fine. We'll figure it out. um. Oh, well, thank you for stopping in, Alana. Yeah. I'm just doing another impromptu lunch with Laura that is going to maybe go into dinner with Laura. No, just kidding. I'm gonna need to go at some point and feed my kitty cat. Oh wow, yeah, I can see that coming. So the pigment is coming up right through as soon as I put water down. Yeah, we'll see if the bleed proof white does better. We'll see. This gouache it needs at least 2 coats, which is okay as long as you're patient with it. It's fine, it works. Oh, did we have another troll? Thank you, mods, if we did. I appreciate it. I'm getting trolls today. It's so much fun. Alright, that's okay. Alright, so I have an idea here. Let's see here if we can sort of just... Oh man, I'm a mess. I'm a mess, guys. It's a hot mess. Yeah, wow, these don't cover it all. Come on. Go, go, go. Alright, I think for the other bits, I'm going to try this bleed proof. Let's see what we can do here. Thank you, Tammy. It's not what I'm trying to do. It's not exactly the way I wanted it to come out, but that's fine. Let me mix this up a little bit. I've got just like a wooden skewer I use to mix up paint. It's coated with lots of stuff already, so it's good. Just make sure that this is all mixed up. You never want to shake this stuff. It puts a lot of bubbles in it, so I stir it. Okay. Put this here for now. Let's wipe it down. Okay. Alright, let's see how this works. I've never done this before either. Okay. So maybe I shouldn't do it right in your face. Oh, you're welcome, Tammy. Thank you for coming. Oh, are you coming on soon, Nick and Tina? I should stop then. When do you guys come on? I'm sorry, I'm so bad about that. I don't know when people are streaming. Nick and Tina, when do you come on, honey? I'll make sure to get off, so that way I can go visit you guys. Thanks, Alana.
Yeah, Alana, the skin was done with Crayola crayons. We use Neocolors. Now we're using gouache and also bleed proof white. And I do plan to use these Sakura Koupi pencils, which are actually crayons. I don't know why they call them Koupi pencils, because they look and feel just like wax crayons. So they even smell, yeah, they smell like crayons too. So they just have more pigment and less wax in them, so they're a little bit more like, if you have Neocolor ones, they're kind of like that. So I'll be using all of my crayons on this page. Let's see. Nick and Tina. Does anybody, oh, you know what, I can look it up. I think there's, yes, I can, Christy. Hold on. I'll zoom in. So that's where we're at. And let me look up when Nick and Tina come on. That way I don't overlap them. I'm really bad. I don't know the schedule by heart yet. Oh, they're on in a half hour, I think. Yeah. Okay, so I have a half hour. So I'll hang out until then. All right. Good. So I don't know if you guys can see, this is one layer of the gouache, and this is one layer of the bleed proof white. So the bleed proof white, I think, is holding up to its name. Let's do some more and just some of this area is 2 coats of the white gouache. It is not bleed proof. Okay, so as long as I don't have too much water on my brush, I'm not activating the Neocolors, and it is working. I had too much water there on that one, so it did come through. So I think the key here is just not, it's mostly you're going to try to just do the pure ink and no water. That works. So this is a fun experiment. We're learning a lot here with this one page, or at least I am. Okay. But then if I don't have enough water, it kind of gets a little hard to move. It's a really tricky balance here. But we'll get it. What I'm going for is like white hair, so why did I pick something tricky like this for this page? I should have just done something easy. Alright, that's okay. Let me fix this here. Oh my goodness. Okay. No problem, Jody. See you later, Tammy. Thanks for coming. And for all you guys who are taking off. And when you're done watching me, go over and watch Nick and Tina's channel. And they'll be on in about a half hour. So I'll go check out their stuff, what they're up to. Okay, so we've got sort of a sense of how this is working out. I think I like the bleed proof white better than the gouache. I think I can do crayon over both of these, but I will, once it's dry, I'll let you guys know how it works out. Okay, so see where I have crayon? I went over the lines a little
Where there's crayon, it is resisting, so that's going to be tricky. Might have to go over that with acrylic paint, or even white oil-based paint marker in order to make that work. But we'll see if I can just sort of force it. Well, it's starting to look like white hair now. Yes, the bleed proof white is a lot better than anything else I've found. It's worth the price. I know it's expensive, but I use it when nothing else works, and it always helps. Even if I have to do 2 coats, it's still so much brighter. I use it for stars a lot. I use it for anything that needs to be a nice bright white over a dark color, basically. And you know how like have you ever used like a red color and then tried to put like white gel pen or white Posca over it and it turns out pink because it bleeds through? Well, this does not do that. So I really recommend it. If you don't know about it, I will put a link in the description below once the video has rendered. I'll put links to everything that I've used here, so that way you guys can go snag it if you need to. Hi Deb. Yep, an impromptu lunch with Laura. We're doing all of my pencils plus some white gouache and white bleed proof ink. Because of course I can't just stick to one thing, you know. Yeah, Pickle. This will not make pink stars. I love it. I love it so much. It's my favorite white cover-up medium. And what's nice is once it's dry, for the most part, as long as it's not like super duper thick, you can go over it with pencil and crayon, I'm sure, and anything else. So you just have to make sure it doesn't get like glossy. But yeah, it's what I used to use a lot when I was making professional illustrations, because it doesn't bleed and it's archival, so it will last. It's not like the others that kind of bleed over time. Yeah. Oh, that's okay, Bethan. Hold on, let me cap it just so that I don't spill it all over my thingy, and then I'll show you. So I'm using Dr. Peach Martin's Bleed Proof White. And it's just a little jar. Oh, yay, don't swallow it, guys. Okay. So it just comes in a little jar. And I stirred it to make it all work together. Let's see here. I'm running out of battery. Let me plug in my phone so I don't lose you guys without meaning to. Okay, there we go. Hello, phone. All right. Back to it. Yeah, don't drink it. Don't swallow it. Don't put it on your face. Don't do anything but what it's supposed to be for. Don't try this at home. No, just kidding. You can try it at home. Okay. So, boop. And this does not re-wet when it's dried. Like the gouache will re-wet. This does not. So you can paint acrylic over it and it won't pull up. It's very, very nice stuff. And this little jar I've had for years and years. I use it all the time, and it's only, I don't know if you can see, but I've only used like this much of it. It lasts forever, so you just can keep using it. Let's see, we've got lots of stuff going on. It is. It's better than gouache or Posca or anything else. I think it's worth the price. I got my jar at Hobby Lobby with a 40% coupon, so it was only about $4. But you can buy it online too. I'll put a link in Amazon once the video's over. I'm pretty sure though that it will be cheaper if you get it at a store with a coupon. So most art stores have it. Go to the ink section or the calligraphy section and look for bleed proof white, or you can ask a store person. They usually know exactly where it is. But it's usually in the calligraphy section with all the other inks like Speedball and stuff like that. Love it. And I like it too because it dries matte unless you put like a lot on and it becomes glossy, a little glossy. It's not like super glossy. But for the most part it dries matte and you can work over it with other media if you need to. You could also use a dip pen, like an ink pen, to do this. I just am very comfy with a brush, so I'm just using a brush. Okay, so I think that's gonna be what I'm gonna use. Joe Beth, no, I have not seen the consumer warning tag on a hairdryer, but I'm sure it's just as crazy. I'm not going to do the rest of this because that'll take me a while. So I want to move to something else. So what do we want to do now? I think I want to finish her face just so that at least I can get that on live stream for you guys. But you get the idea. So the experiment was really a really good way to learn what works and what doesn't. So whitewash is okay. You need 2 coats. The white ink is much better. And that I think would be what I would recommend if you want to get a bright white over the Neocolors. Okay, Loretta. Alright, so now that this is sort of dry to the touch, I'm going to work more on the face with Crayola crayon. Let's make sure she is in camera. Hello, Shonda. Thanks for coming. I only have a half hour, a little less than a half hour left until Nick and Tina come on, so I am going to try and quickly get this face done for you guys. That way we at least have something to show for ourselves here. That color. I'm just swatching a few colors. Okay, so I'm gonna go back to sepia. Whoa, where are we? Here we go. Sepia. And just add a little bit more detail in the shadows. Now that I put the background in, I can kind of see where I'm going with the color scheme. Now I want to make all of the metal details silver, but honestly I have no idea what I'm going to do for those. Alright, we've got some scraping action needed here. I apologize, my nails are chipping. I need to take them off. I'll do that before tomorrow, so you don't have to see 2 streams of that. Pretty sure my sister will do my nails again, so
We'll see what she does next. Deb. I didn't go to art school, Loretta. I only took a couple art classes. I went as a communications major, so I did not graduate as an art student. You do not need to go to art school. Most of the stuff I learned completely by myself on my own. So don't let that discourage you. I think art school is overrated anyway. It's a bunch of people telling you how to do your own work. Most of the projects that I did when I was in art classes, I don't even really like. And now I don't take art classes at all. I just do it. Just do it. um, Thank you, Carla. Yeah, Loretta, actually, I feel like most of the stuff that I've learned on my own has been much better than the stuff I learned in my classes. So, yeah, I don't put an emphasis on art school. I don't think that that's required or necessary to do well in art. So don't let that discourage you guys. I have taken some classes because I was interested. And because when I graduated high school, in high school I took these classes. They're called AP classes. And if you're not in the States, you might not know what this is, but they're basically advanced level classes. And I tested out of a lot of my classes that I needed in college because I got 5s on my AP test. A 5 out of 5 is considered passing, and you can get college credit for it. So when I graduated high school, I had earned enough credits from graduating with those AP classes that I did not have to take a bunch of the general education classes in college. So for my first year, I did some art classes because I didn't have to do those electives. So that's kind of how I got art classes in college without actually being an art major. But after my first year of college, then it was serious business. I had to get on with my actual major, and that pretty much ended all the college level classes for me. But I did take a graphic design class, and that was mostly like kind of weird actually. It was mostly like bookmaking, which wasn't what I thought it would be at all. And then I took a mixed materials class, so we did stuff like glass blowing, metal sculpture. So I was like in a forge with like crazy, oh, it was so cool. So like there was this one test that we had to take in the metal sculpture part of the class where we had to bend a T bar thing, you know, one of those metal things that's like looks like a T. We had to bend one of those into a perfect circle, and that was the test. So of course nobody got it. Nobody got an A because it's impossible. But we had to like heat it up in the forge and then hammer it out until it was a somewhat of a circle. So that was fun. I did a bunch of glass blowing. I wasn't any good at it, but it was a really fun experience. I did a bunch of like fiber experiments. Like we made our own paper. So it was a lot of like learning about things that I had never done before, but it wasn't actually, I didn't take a whole lot of drawing or painting classes. The majority of the art classes I took for drawing, like for nude models, was actually done in high school. So yeah. Anyway, I'm ranting, but you don't need art classes to learn how to be good at art. You can just go to a cafe and draw people, or you know go outside and draw landscape or whatever you want to do. You can do on your own. So, um, thank you. I'm glad you like it when I use crayons, Carla. Um, Yeah, Beth Ann, I've already scheduled my Victorian Colorathon, so I will be doing it. Yep. All right. So I have the darks in the way where I want them to go. It's a little too dark right here though, so let me just really quick scrape that out. If it's too dark or you don't like it, you can try it again by just scraping off the crayon. It does stain a little bit, but it gets the majority of the color off, and then you can go in and try again. Okay, cool. Hello. I don't know who just came in. Thank you guys so much for coming. I'm just gonna keep, I just want to finish the skin at least. And let's see if I can do the eyes and the lips too. I like the scraping technique, and I remember doing that as a kid too. So fun. It's like your fingers have their own built-in eraser. Oh, let's see. Yeah, Bear, what's cool is at the coffee shop, most people are in their own little world and they don't even notice that I'm drawing them. So, and I don't show anybody those drawings, they're just for practice. So, you know, it's not like I'm like breaking some sort of weird trust or anything. I just do those to keep sharp, and to not lose my ability to draw from life, because it is a skill and you do need to practice. So, if you stop practicing, then you might lose it, just like any other skill. But let me tell you right now, it's not talent. Anybody can learn. You know, you just got to put out the time, and whatever time you put in, that's what you're going to get out of it. So, okay. But yeah, it would be uncomfortable, except that nobody ever notices. Oh, I'm using black, by the way. I'm just putting a little shadow under her eyelashes. And under right there. Okay. Okay, light touch though with that. Oh, I'm out of frame. Thank you, Christina. So what I did is I just put a little black right under her eyelash line right here. I'm so sorry. Oh man. Okay. Let's see here. Okay, let's make sure I'm in frame. And now I'm switching over to Tickle Me Pink. And I'm just going to put a light layer of that. Oh no, the Neocolors are picking up. Okay, so that's muddy. Let me clean that off. Okay, so the Neocolors pick up when you put crayon over them. That's going to be a challenge. Okay. Well, at least they won't pick up in here. Interesting. I'm learning so much today, guys. Let's also put some of this pink in her cheeks right here.
Cool. Yep. Yep, there's also, if you're looking for free reference photos, you can look at Pexels, Pexels. That's another one, sort of like Pixabay, where they have free reference photos. Me personally, if I need a reference image, I usually go and buy a stock photo just because I like to support the photographers that help us do our work. But however you want to do it, just make sure that you're not stealing images off of Google or Pinterest and doing it that way, because that is not legal and not respecting the person who took the time to take the photo. So in general though, me personally, I like to support other photographers and artists who, you know, models and things like that, who take the time to make those images for us. So my favorite place to go is Adobe Stock. It's like a subscription service where you can just pay a monthly fee, but there's a lot of them out there. You can just buy the photos singly, one at a time. A lot of the things I do too, if I'm stuck on something small, I'll just look at myself in the mirror. I don't actually draw my own features, but I just look at myself for inspiration on light and shadow, because everybody's bone structure is actually surprisingly similar. So it's a good reference for you as well. You can't see? That's okay, Shonda. You don't need a printer. I just look on my phone. I'm not sure why you can't see, Diane. I can see on my laptop. I'm not sure why you can't see. Sorry. If you are more specific, I can maybe help you out. So I'm adding the same pink to the ears, just to give her ears a little pink. Yeah. Don't know what that's about. Sorry, I don't know why you can't see. Okay, let's put in some, let's see here, we've got this color, Manatee. I'm gonna just make her eyes that color. And I'll also give her like a little bit of that on her upper eyelid, sort of like an eyeshadow. Yeah. Let's see here. Yeah, I'm sorry, Diane. I don't know. If you aren't more specific, I can't really help you out. I'm on live chat, Loretta. Okay, let's see. What else do we have here? Let's finish off her lips. I'm trying to at least get the main part of her face done. Looks like my stream cut off. Thank you, Christina. I'm gonna finish up her lips. And then, oh, I'm on maroon here. So you guys can see this. Okay. Thank you, Christina. Thank you, thank you. I don't want to miss them. So we're going to really quickly just throw in some of this maroon color on her lips. And hopefully that will hide some of the black that kind of came in from the Neocolors. Learning how to use all sorts of things. Ah, okay. Yes, that happens. I get out of frame quite often. That's why it's easier to zoom out. But I know it's easier to see zoomed in, so it's tricky. It's hard. Kudos to all those streamers out there that somehow magically make that work without messing up. Because it's still good. Yeah. Oh, cool, Loretta. I didn't notice any difference between my old vintage ones and my new ones, so I don't know if maybe that was like a bad set or something. My old Crayola crayons that I have are just as nice as these. It's just I only have the 96 set and not the 120 set, so I thought I would go splurge for the extra colors since they were only $8 at my local store. Alright guys, I don't want to stream over Nick and Tina. I want to go and check them out too. So thank you so much for watching. I hope that this was fun. I'm going to finish this up and then post it on my Instagram so you'll see it there. But yeah, thank you guys so much for coming. I love streaming with you guys and learning with you. So it was a great time. Thank you, thank you. Of course. Thank you for coming, guys. And let me put a link to Nick and Tina, that way you can just pop over there, because why not? Let me just grab that. Boop. Here we go. Here's Nick and Tina's channel. You can just pop over there. They should be starting in about 5 minutes. Thank you guys. Let's see who's still here. I'll do a little name shout out. We got Bear, Loretta, Shannon, Christina, Natalie, Sue, Hella. All right, let's see. May? Who else? Thank you, Abby. And Deb. Thank you guys so much. I had a great time. And thank you for spending lunch with me, or at least my lunch break, and wherever you are. I hope you have a good morning, good night, good evening, whatever. Thanks, Carla. Thank you guys so much. So just look for this later on Instagram. I'll definitely post it. Thank you, Jo Beth. Me too. I am learning every day, and that's the best part. So before we go, let's see here. Abby. Little cutie booty. Hi. Let's move this out of the way. Abby wants to say hi too. Right now. There you go. Abby's been sitting so patiently. No, you don't want to say goodbye? Yeah, you good girl. There you go. Abby, say goodbye, everybody. She's been waiting so patiently. Aw. Hi, yeah, there you go. Alright guys, Abby says thanks for watching. We love you. And yeah, alright guys, go check out Nick and Tina.